Okay, hello, and welcome back to another clip. Today it's going to be a short little video. I just wanted to talk about a little bit about this Venus retrograde in Aries. Primarily talking about the topic of standing on business. Standing on business, yes, that's what I said. This Venus retrograde didn't start yet. It's the 26th, so it didn't start yet. But I just wanted to record and communicate because a message is coming to me. Not a message that's coming to me, something I'm currently experiencing. So there's a situation that I've been going through that I had to stand on business once again in my life, where I had to set a boundary and stick to it. And how this is kind of playing out with the Venus retrograde is Venus is in Aries, and Aries is a sign of independence. It is the sign of self-motivation. It is a sign of authenticity. It is the sign of standing up for yourself, defending yourself when you're threatened. And those things are not easy to do. They're not easy to do. It takes a lot of, I know a lot of people say this, it takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of inner confidence to set a boundary with somebody. And especially when it comes, I'm talking about when it comes to relationships specifically, like not just romantic relations, but when it comes to setting boundaries in relationships, period, is very difficult. That feeling you get when you set a boundary, or you may or may not get, everybody's different, but from my experience, when I am setting a boundary, it's like, I feel bad. I feel like I shouldn't be doing it. I feel like I want to backtrack a little bit. So I'm just trying to like lean into those feelings as I experience them. And right now in this current moment, I had to set a boundary yesterday. Mercury conjunct Saturn in Pisces, Venus from retrograde, Venus retrograde in Aries, about to happen. I have a natal Mercury Saturn conjunction, and to me, that's just like kind of harsh words being communicated, or unpleasant words, Saturn, or restrictive words. Mercury's the words and the communication, and so communicating in a way that is strict to the point and limiting expression boundaries. And I have that in my natal chart. And that's a lesson for me, setting boundaries. I'm a Libra rising. The lesson for my life is setting boundaries, standing on business, not letting up, speaking up for yourself, letting people know this is something that I'm not okay with. And if that upsets somebody, I'm gonna go back. If you say something to somebody that you're not comfortable with, or you're expressing something that you're setting a boundary. Let me not even try to find other words for it. You're setting a boundary and they get upset with you, then that is a reflection of them and not you. That is a reflection of them and not you. And you're doing great. You're doing really good. And I'm proud of you. I'm proud of myself. But a lot of people, or at least I don't see this often, but people don't talk about the uncomfortable feelings you get when you set a boundary. Like, I don't feel good about it, but I know that future me and the current me is happy that I made that decision and happy that I stood up for myself in the proper way. And also setting boundaries with grace too. I want to talk a little bit about that. You don't have to always be aggressive, or you don't have to make a whole entire scene. I setting a boundary, even though it's gonna make a scene. Setting a boundary is basically drawing a line in the sand, so emotions are gonna be affected, especially if you're setting a boundary with somebody that was used to you acting a certain way. The moment you oppose them, or you basically stick up for yourself, or you assert yourself in a way that is personal to you, that upsets people. That upsets mostly manipulative people. Can't I say that word right? It upsets narcissists. It upsets them. Makes them upset. So pay attention to how somebody acts. And also, too, sometimes they might not react in a negative way if you set a boundary. People do get upset and they keep it to themselves. That's the thing, too. And you generally could feel that energy also. But stand on business. Stand on business. Don't let up those uncomfortable feelings. Feel them. Acknowledge them. Have somebody validate it to you, or you validate it to yourself that you're not wrong. You are not in the wrong at all for setting a boundary at all. So that's all I wanted to say. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I definitely need to hear it. And I'm telling it to the world or whomever looks at this, and I'm telling it to myself. Don't be upset because you set a boundary. You have no reason to be upset. It's okay to feel those uncomfortable feelings when you set a boundary or express dissatisfaction with something that somebody did. It's okay. It's not comfortable. Confrontation is not comfortable. Speaking up for yourself when you're not used to it is not always comfortable. And yeah, that's all.